Well, some kids are preparing to go to school for the first time, while others navigate changes to their routine. Christina Carter with Intuit Parenting joins us now to give us a few tips to ease your child through the transition. Good morning, Christina.
Morning.
Good to see you again.
You too.
Well, you always have the best tips, and back to school season is right around the corner. And you know, I've got a second grader who's got to get back into that school routine, and a kindergartner who's about to start a whole fresh routine. So for parents who have kids starting maybe a new school, what are your tips there? Because everything is new and a little bit scary for them.
It is, yes. Going to school for the first time or going to a new school can be really nerve-wracking for kids and parents. It's a big change. So we just need a few tools and strategies for parents to help their kids, no matter their age. So the first thing we want to ask is, how do we want our kids to feel through this process? We want them to feel confident, engaged, capable. So how do we help them feel like that? We want to help them prepare as much ahead of time as possible. So backpacks, supplies, lunches, outfits, shoes. Allow plenty of time in the mornings. Do not rush. Even maybe start a little ritual that's like a song, a prayer, a dance, a little hand clap, something that sets the tone for their day. Send them off to school with something special from home, like a little trinket or a note from mom or dad. Maybe a few days before school starts, you can drive past the school or even look at a map with your child and help your child familiarize themselves.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yes, with the layout, where to go. Also help them identify a trusted person at the school, so if they have any questions or need any help with anything, they know who to go to or where to go. You can also help them identify a calming tool, a visualization, an affirmation, something that helps them feel soothed or empowered. And you can also set up a calendar or a visual schedule for them where they can see kind of what's coming up in their day or the week or the month. These things kind of help them build that confidence.
So they know what to expect, because that's kind of the thing, you know, as adults, we can plan out our schedule or know what to expect. The kids are kind of along for the ride,
oh, yes,
which can kind of add to their anxiety.
Yes.
You know, those are great tips for kids maybe going to school for the first time, but for kids going back, they know the drill. Maybe they're excited to go see their friends or excited to meet their new teacher. They may have some underlying, you know, nervousness too, though.
Definitely, yes. So I would say another part of this is to help your kids process through a lot of this. So maybe a few days before school starts, you can ask them, what are you excited about? And what are you most nervous about? Let's draw it out and have a plan. Yeah, so ask them, what are you gonna do if that does happen? Or how are you gonna handle that situation? Maybe you can act it out or practice or role play. Another great tool is storytelling, maybe about a bird who's flying out of the nest for the first time, or maybe for older kids, ask them, how would you help your best friend who's trying out for the soccer team for the first time or is really nervous? These changes,
it could be about them, but make it about the bird or the best friend or someone else.
It's a parallel theme. Yes, these changes are really difficult, but it's a natural part of life, and so it's important to remind them of all the things that are going to stay the same, but to stay flexible through this process.
Absolutely.
And now I would say, after school, you know how we always ask kids, how was your day? It doesn't get us very far. But if we can ask them specific questions, maybe at dinner time or at bedtime, how would you rate your day 1 to 10? Or what was your pow? What was your wow? Or did you have any problems today? What were they? These specific questions, even though they might not talk to you about it, it's helping them process through these big changes.
It gets their wheels turning, even if they're not telling you very much.
That's it, yeah.
One thing that was like actually worked pretty well with my kids is if I asked them something totally crazy, like, oh, did any giraffes come to your school today? They'd be like, what? No, of course not. And then they'll say what actually happened.
That's right, they start talking. That's a great tool, actually. Yeah, some humor, some levity.
Yeah, so if you're looking for more tips, you can totally check out Intuit Parenting. Christina works there and is always helping families through these tough challenges and changes and things like that. But some great tips there, Christina. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.